In this lesson, we're going to be looking at writing equations in slope-intercept form. So remember, slope-intercept form is written like y is equal to mx plus b. So m is going to represent your slope and b is going to represent the y-intercept. So in number 1, if I have a slope of -1/2, I'm just going to write y is equal to -1/2 x. And then if I have a y-intercept of +4, you want to add +4. In number 2, your slope is actually 0, so you don't have to write it down because 0 times x is just 0. And the y-intercept is -8, so you're going to have a final answer of y is equal to -8. Now remember, some cases the slope could be 0, some cases the y-intercept can be 0. Just because they're not there does not mean that it's not in slope-intercept form. Just make sure that your y is isolated. All right, sometimes you're going to be given a graph. Now, in order to find the equation based on a graph, again, you need your slope, which is m, and you need the y-intercept, which is b. Now, based on the graph, you want to pick 2 points that are whole numbers. We call these perfect points, or points we can easily identify. So I have a point right there and a point right here. So I can do my rise over run by counting. I can go up 2 and 1 to the right. If I go up 2, 1 to the right, all right, my slope is going to be 2 over 1, which is just 2. Now, in this case, I want to look at my y-intercept. Let me just write the 2 here. So I have my slope of 2. Now, my y-intercept is going to be crossing the graph where the y-axis is, right? So it's going to be crossing the y-axis. So in this case, it's +4. Now, using these 2 pieces of information, I could write my equation in slope-intercept form. Remember, y is equal to mx plus b. My m is 2, and my y-intercept is +4. And that's my equation. In some scenarios, you're going to be given the slope and an ordered pair, but you're not going to have a graph and you're not going to have your y-intercept. So the first way to do this is to plug in what you know. So let's go back to y is equal to mx plus b. So here I have an x and a y, and I have an m, or my slope. So if y is 4, m is -2, x is 3, don't know what the y-intercept is, we can solve. -2 times 3 is -6. And we want to isolate for our y-intercept. In order to do so, we want to add 6 on both sides. These will cancel. I'm left with 10 is equal to b, or my y-intercept. Now we have enough information to write my slope, to write the equation slope-intercept form. So again, the slope is -2, so -2x, and then my y-intercept is +10. And that's your equation. In some scenarios, they just give you 2 points, so you're going to have to use the slope formula first, which is the difference of your y's over the difference of your x's. In this case, 6 minus 3 over 0 minus 3. That's going to give me 3 over -3, which is just -1. So my slope is -1. Okay, now we have an x and a y, so we can plug it in into my slope-intercept formula. All right, it doesn't matter which one you pick. So I'll pick 6 for y. I'll select the second point. My m is -1, x is 0, and I need to solve for b. -1 times 0 is just 0, and I'm left with b is equal to 6. So my equation is y is equal to -1, or just -x, plus 6.